Hello, and welcome to Brad Does Shit with Linux, the Linux series, the video cast that has absolutely failed to bring you quick solutions to common problems in under 5 minutes. We've just given up on that. That shit is not happening. I don't think I have one video under 5 minutes. I try, it just doesn't happen. And today's episode 12, Shit About IM, is not going to be an exception. So today we're going to talk about instant messaging. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the news, but there was an interesting article that came out last week, and it is about Pigeon. And Pigeon is a very common instant messaging app for Ubuntu, and they came out last week and said, hey, guess what, guys? We're no longer going to support some of the protocols. And here's a little list of the protocols that are not going to be maintained. Number one on the list is Facebook. MSM, MySpace. I didn't even fucking know MySpace still had instant messaging. I didn't even know there was a website still. Mexit, which I don't know what it is, and Yahoo. Now, these are all pretty common ones that people use. I mean, I don't use Facebook that much, but I use the instant messaging program all the time. I got a group of guys on there. We like to talk shit, and I actually post these videos on there because these are the friends that I have helped out by giving some Chromebook conversions to Ubuntu, and I'm making the videos to kind of guide them through Ubuntu, Linux. So, hey, I might want to IM from my desktop. Now I can't because this program no longer works. Now, is there a replacement for it? Sure there is. There's always. And the replacement that we're going to use is Franz. And Franz is an awesome little program, supports multiple protocols. Let's look at them all. Everything. It basically supports everything. WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, LinkedIn, MSN, Google. It does everything. And so I will put the link to this page in the notes above, because what you're going to do is you're going to download it. Because guess what? You cannot install this in the software manager, unfortunately. So when you open up the software manager and you type in Franz, this is what you get. Nada. Okay, so if I can't install it via the software center, what am I going to do? Because let's be honest about it. The one thing about Linux that most people don't like is the endless different ways that you can install shit in it. And it is a pain in the ass, and most people don't like using the command terminal. And as a matter of fact, when you look at how to install Franz, you get this page. And people will see this and they're just like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to show you how to install Franz in relatively little amount of time with very minimal input into the command line at the terminal. And so let's just get right into it. So first of all, open up the link to Franz and go to the bottom. And you're going to see right off the bat, this is a cross-platform software. So it does Windows, it does Mac, it does Linux, and you're going to want to download the Linux. But before you do, go ahead. This one is by default set at 32-bit. Go ahead and change that to 64-bit and hit the download. And I've already done it, so we're not going to do it again, but it'll download into your downloads folder, which you just hit Alt-M, File Manager, open up your File Manager, and go to Downloads, which is right here. I got too many. Okay, so downloads, and you will see here it is. Okay, so this is downloaded in a file that's a tarball, and a tarball is essentially a zip file for Linux. Some of them are executable, some are not. This one in particular, we have to extract to a very specific place in the file structure for it to work properly. I'm not going to lie to you. You can extract this right into your downloads folder and it will work. I don't know how well it'll work. I mean, there might be some things that don't work correctly. And so we want to install it the correct way, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, you have to create a folder for it to go into. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky because I'm running Gallium OS. You might be running something else. And the particular files manager that I have is not, doesn't allow me to do certain things to the file structure. You have to do it from the command line. If you can do it via the file manager, go ahead. It'll just ask for your password, type it in, it's fine. So what you're going to do is in your file manager, you want to go to File System, or maybe it'll say root or something like that. And then you want to go to the folder that's OPT, this one right here. Open it up, and you can see I already have some stuff installed in there. And so, you know, typically you could just right click and create a folder. Now you see in mine it's grayed out because I don't have permissions with this file manager to do it. Yours may allow you to. If it does, click on create folder, and then it'll ask for your password. Type in your password and create a folder called Franz, all lowercase, F-R-A-N-Z. If it doesn't, let me show you how to do it. So you can either open up the terminal here, which is simple. It'll open it up in this directory. But I want to show you how to navigate a little bit because it's super simple. So go ahead and open up a command terminal, Control-Alt-T, and type in CD. CD stands for change directory. And then we're going to type in a /OPT. And that's all that's going to do is it's going to change the location that we are at to this folder. And that's all it takes. You do that, you can type in ls, which is list, and it'll show you all the folders and files in that directory. And you can see it's got all these are the same as these, right? Okay, so now we want to create that folder, that Franz folder that we're going to install the program into. So like with everything, you're going to type in sudo for superuser, S-U-D-O, and we're just going to type mkdir, make directory, mkdir, and then all lowercase, the folder name. So the folder name is going to be Franz, F-R-A-N-Z, and just hit enter. It's going to ask for your password, type in your password, and bam, it's done. And you can see up here, you've got the folder in there now. So that was pretty simple, not hard at all, right? Only took us a couple of seconds. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to extract that folder, extract that file we downloaded into this folder. So go back to your downloads, open it up, and go ahead and open up this file you downloaded. And this is an archive manager. And if your system allows you to, just go ahead and do it this way. Mine does not. So you can do File, Extract Files, and then it's not going to put you at the root. So you need to go down here to Other Locations. Yours may be slightly different. Hit Computer, and then find that OPT folder. It's right here. And then go ahead and here's Franz, and this is where we want to extract it into. So I hit extract. It says I can't do it, not performed. Yours may say give me your password. If it does, go ahead and type in your password. It'll extract it right into this folder. We're going to do it via the command line, which seems a little bit daunting, but it really isn't. It's really super easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'm going to show you how to do it from the command line. Okay, so let's just open up a new terminal window, Control-Alt-T, and what we're going to do is we're going to navigate to our downloads folder. And this is super simple, just CD, change directory, and then we're going to go to downloads. Now downloads is capitalized, so D-O-N, did I say O-N? I don't even know how to spell now. D-O-W-N, downloads, okay? And then you can see that it has changed me to the downloads. I can hit LS, and it shows me everything that's in my downloads folder. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to tell the system to find this file right here, Franz-linux-x64-4.0.4, and extract it with read-write permissions into opt Franz folder that we just created. Now, when you download this, it may be at a future date, and this file may be different than what I have in the notes below for you to copy and paste. And if it is, I will show you in this video how you change that to make it work. Really, all you're doing is just changing the file name. It's super simple, because everything, it'll just say, hey, that file doesn't exist. Well, right, because you have a newer version maybe. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and that's super simple. So in your case, you're going to go to the notes below, and you're just going to copy that. I'm just going to copy it right off the page here. And what this little command is telling it to do, it's saying, as a super user, using tar, which is like WinZip, with read-write permissions, take this file, Franz-linux-x64, and see their name of the file is different than mine, and extract it into this folder, opt Franz. So I'm just going to copy this, go back to my terminal. I'm going to paste this, and then I'm going to change the file name. So I'm just going to use my arrow keys, and I'm going to move it over. And I'm just going to change the file to 4.0.4. And that's the one that I have. Yours may be slightly different. If it is, just change it to what you have up here when you did the ls, which this one right here. Okay? And then I'm just going to come back down here, and I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to ask for a password. We'll go ahead and type that in. And now it is extracting it into that folder. So now supposedly it should be in that folder. So we can open up our file manager here. Go to File System, OPT, Franz, and look, it's all extracted into here. Now this has an executable, and this is it right here. So if you double click on this executable, it opens up the program. That's how easy it is to install. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create an icon on the desktop to open it up, so we don't have to go into our file structure every time to open up this program. And this is super simple to do, and I'm going to walk you through it. It's really easy, okay? And we'll just get out of this. Quit Franz. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and right-click on the desktop and go to this one that says Create Launcher. We're going to open that up, and we're going to call this Franz. We don't need a comment, but the command. Okay, so the command is what we just double-clicked on, right? So we're going to go ahead and open that up, and go to File System, and you're going to go to Opt, and you're going to go to Franz, and you're going to go to this Franz executable. It's just Franz. Double-click on it. So now it's saying when you click on this, go to Opt, Franz, and open up that file. Okay, so then it says we want to know where we're at right now. So when it does this, it needs to know where am I at when I click on this shortcut. So just go ahead and open up the directory. Go over here, click on desktop, click OK. All right, I mean, we're almost all the way done now. So all we're going to do now is there's no icon, so we're going to pick an icon for it. So we're going to click on the icon, and it's going to take it a while to do this. I don't know why it takes so long, but it takes it a little bit. But essentially, we're just going to go back to Opt Franz, and we're going to find the icon that they have for the system. And to do that, we're going to go here to this search icon. Or I'm sorry, we're going to go up. Sorry about that. We're going to go to application icons right here. It has a little down arrow. And we're going to go to image files. And then file system, OPT, Franz. And is it in here? Nope. Is it in here? Nope. Nope. Okay. So I lied to you like a lying liar. Okay. So obviously we don't have an icon for it. But if we did, I'll have to download one and show you, but let's just hit no icon, and we'll just give it an icon for now. But you can download the icon for it. I think we just go on here. Icon. Whoops. Okay, so here's a bunch of icons that you can use if you wanted to. You could just pick whatever, or if you have a custom icon that you made, that's fine too. Let's just do this for now, and see. You can see it'll change it to that. Okay, but we're not going to actually do that. I'm going to find an icon for Franz. Icon for Franz. Okay. And this is it right here. So we'll go to images. This is perfect. And we'll save image as. And we're just in downloads, and that's fine. Okay, and then we'll come back over here. And then we'll just go to our downloads folder and use it. Sorry about that. I thought it came packaged with an icon. So, and once again, now we have to wait because this thing is super slow. And come on now. There we go. Okay, so application icons, image files, and we're going to go to home, CHRX, which in your case will be different, downloads, And here's our icon that we just downloaded. Click OK. And then just click create. So once again, you've told it where to go to do the executable. You've told it where you're at. You've given it an icon. Hit create. And lo and behold, on the desktop, you have an icon for your instant messaging program. Double click on it. And this is going to come up the first time you run it. Okay, the desktop file is in an insecure location and not marked as executable. Just click mark executable. That's all you have to do. And it's going to open up the program. And now you can go through and add any one of these services. So if I wanted to add Messenger, for example, I could just add it in. You just use, I believe you're just going to use your Facebook name, whatever that happens to be, WhatsApp, Hangouts, GroupMe, Rocket Chat, Grape, all these different ones, TweetDeck. You can type in your name, so I could do Brad does shit. Okay. And go to enabled services, and it's going to be right here. And I think you might have to do a little bit more. Okay. But, you know, and I haven't messed with how it actually works. I'm just telling you how to install it. So now you have it installed, and you can go through the options, and it'll show you the services and different settings and all the rest. So that's how you install Franz on your Ubuntu laptop or desktop or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of there and not only install it, but make a desktop icon for it. This has been Brad Does Shit with Linux, the Linux series, episode 12, Shit About IM.